Alright, I recently made a video in my mini-series of why I hate this game, or whatever I called it, and it was reason 2, I think. And it was because Grand Arena is just a whole load of horse manure. It's like the matchups are just terrible. I don't really know what their formula even currently is. I think it's they match you up by GP or something, but that is just... That's not even properly reflexive of what a player's true power is, so to speak. Like, I've been matched up against somebody who is slightly higher GP than me, but they have no GLs. They just worked on all the other characters, so they have basically a full roster of crap. But in Grand Arena, they will most likely never beat any GLs that I set up, or it'll take several teams or extreme strategy or something to be able to beat a GL. Likewise, on the other hand, I've gone up against players that are high 7 millions, low 8 millions, so that means on paper it looks like I'm stronger because I'm 8.6 million. So when they're like 8.1 or 7.9 million, it looks like I'm kind of significantly stronger. But then the difference is they have, 6 GLs where I only have 5, and they also have a whole bunch of good legendary characters like a Star Killer and all that, which I still don't have yet. And they have good conquest characters and all that stuff too. So in a way, even though their power's less, they're stronger than me, which means it's still not a balanced matchup. Which means one of us, in this case me, is going to lose badly, and they will win nicely. And then in the first example, my opponent would lose badly, and I would win nicely. It's never a fair matchup. So, it looks like, possibly, they're finally going to address this. Now, they've addressed it a couple other times, and it always sucked. So, that's still up in the air if this is even going to be a good update. But there's potential, maybe. Because right here we have Grand Arena Championship Update, Kyber Squish. Don't really know what that's supposed to mean. Maybe that's only going to update the top tier players. Who knows? But let's get into it. It says, hey, hello, type of heroes. I wanted to give you an update on the Grand Arena Championship and the Kyber Squish formula. Since arriving here at Swiggo, that's talking about this dickbag, Tuscan meathead, I recognize the intense passion players have toward the Grand Arena Championship and everything that goes into it. So, when I started to notice potential issues in the mode, and thanks to the players who also reached out to me, I reached out to our data team to investigate further. I understand that this has probably been a long time coming for some folks. Yes, very long time coming, basically since day one. Grand Arena has been a broken, unbalanced, trash game mode since day one. Like, it's longer than long time coming. This is forever time coming. But anyways... but I assure you that I have been working with amazing members of the EA team over this course of time to get the GAC formula where it needs to be. We're talking about the EA team. I thought this was CG. I know it started out as affiliated with EA, like it even was in the title scroll, but I thought over time CG ended up getting big enough, and they kind of just broke off. So, what? Are they still a subsidiary of EA or something? I guess that's irrelevant. It's just a question I thought of after I read that. So anyways, it says, what happened? In short, the original Kyber Squish formula was awesome and segmented the GAC leagues how we wanted them to. Then, due to GAC being a living feature and, well, with many moving numbers and variables, the formula caused some discrepancies on how it moved players between leagues. This is how we find ourselves in the position we currently are today, with the Kyber League feeling a lot less full than it should be. Well, you're absolutely right, because a player at my level should be Kyber, but I'm only Aurodium. Now, I don't really know what the rankings are, how far down Aurodium is from Kyber, but this last GAC just ended, and I ended at Aurodium 2. Now, I don't know if that's good or not, but still, I probably should be Kyber. I mean, when this game mode first launched, that's where they put me was Kyber, because I have enough GP and everything that I should be Kyber, but I'm not. Regardless, I don't really care. I don't want to be Kyber, because all that means is I'm going to have to go up against really hard opponents, and I'm not interested in that. I actually want relegations all the time. Like, I kept getting promoted. I started at Aurodium 4, this GAC, and I somehow worked my way up to 2. And I was like, what the heck? I want to go relegated to 5. Then it's even easier, and I have a better chance of winning. But regardless, I'm just saying, to their point, I probably should be in Kyber, not Aurodium. Or however you say that nonsense. But anyways, the new formula. I worked with the data team to create a new formula that will take the GAC leagues and segment them to around the original intent of the Kyber Squish introduction. For some reason, this is in red, so this is extra important. At the end of the day, we want more people in Kyber, but we also want more people progressing towards Kyber. I believe the new formula we will be implementing is setting up setting us up to accomplish that. I'm reading way too fast. I keep stumbling. Maybe I should slow down. I don't know. I just feel like this is long, and I don't want this to take too long. Anyways, so what can we expect? Starting November 6th, I think that's the upcoming Monday, right? The 3rd is Friday, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, next Monday at this point of me recording this, which is Tuesday night, Halloween. With the new GAC, an aggressive formula will be implemented to adjust players' placements over the course of several seasons. This will require careful monitoring on our part to ensure this goes as planned. We chose this new formula because of the stability and smoothness of the player experience during this adjustment. Players will not jump to another league unexpectedly when the new formula takes effect, but will allow players to promote faster and reach the updated league targets over several events. Once we have reached our initial goal, we will look into the data and gather feedback from you to see if any further adjustments need to be made. With our calculations, the adjustments will take between 2 to 4 months to move players around at a pace that will minimize potential issues from moving too quickly. There will be varying player experiences of movement based on your interaction with GAC. We will be monitoring these adjustments and will make changes to the formula during this period if needed. Once we are satisfied, we will continue to monitor the formula to ensure leagues remain healthy moving forward. Here's the thing, I think that's a good idea what they're trying to do, that they looked into it, the team got together and kind of put their heads together and came up with a strategy to fix a problem that we've all been complaining about forever. But at the end of the day, I don't feel like it's going to work. You can't just have a formula. I don't know what this formula is actually looking at and how it's working, but you can't have a formula. You need to have... I don't know, I feel like you need to have something deeper, almost like AI. I'm not saying put AI in there, because AI can be dangerous and make things worse, but I'm just saying something like that can recognize patterns and features. You have a formula that's kind of just stagnant, you know what I mean? Whatever, it's not going to recognize true changes. So what I mean is, they're going to implement this formula, and people are going to be, like me, I'm at 8.6 million GP. Well, over the next couple of months, obviously that's going to increase. I might hit 9 million, let's say. So now I'm at 9 million GP, and from the time that they implemented this, I have a whole bunch more relic characters. Maybe there's new characters that they've released that I have now. Maybe there's a conquest character that I unlock that I work on. There's going to be a lot of changes to my roster, which means I'm stronger now than I was before. But at the same time, everyone else is going to be making progress like that as well. So this new formula is not really going to fix anything. You're going to stay stagnant because everybody's going to keep moving right on up. And now this formula is going to try to take that into account. We'll take whatever it's taking into account, but you're just going to stay in the same spot. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to move. I was going to say everybody's going to move, on an equal path, but not really. What if someone else starts putting money into the game? Now they get their GP boosts kind of disproportionate to a free-to-play player. So they go from 6 million GP to 8 million GP over those 2 months, where a regular player only gains, let's say, 500,000 GP or something. I don't know. I feel like it's a good idea, but I don't think this is going to work as well as they're thinking. They're just going to change the formula. Okay, you're putting in an effort, but it's not the right effort. Anyways, in conclusion, we appreciate all your messages around this issue, and again, thank you to the members of the community who reached out to me to discuss these things. I'm a fucking asshole, Tuscan meathead. That's another thing too, this douchebag talking about, so I got with the blah 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 blah, like he thinks he's doing something. You ain't doing anything. You gotta get with these guys and they know how to implement this stuff. You're just a person who types in the forums. You don't have any technological skills. You know what I mean? You're the marketing agent. It's like Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs got to be the face of the company, but he didn't know how to do any of those ideas he had. He came up with a crazy idea and told everyone else to do it. Hey, you know what? I saw my huge collection of CDs. I don't want to have that. It takes up a lot of room. So, figure out a way to put all that on this, I don't know, tiny little brick here. Make it no bigger than a Post-it. I want all those songs in this Post-it. Or a pack of Post-its, I should say. And then the engineers are like, what the fuck? How am I supposed to do that? And he's like, I don't know. It's not my job. I told you to figure it out. And they're like, are you fucking serious? Then he comes out after they make it, and everyone's like, oh my god, Steve Jobs is a genius. I feel like that's what Meathead's trying to do. Act like he's somebody more than he is. It's like, bro, calm down. You're just the public relations. You talk to us and you put stuff in the forums, and that's about your extent. Like, you're worthless otherwise, and you're a stupid lib douchebag with your stupid they-them nonsense all the time and everything. Anyways, that has nothing to do with anything. I'm just complaining because I don't like this guy, even though I don't know him. It's just based on how he talks about stuff. He's annoying and stupid. But yeah, so it looks like there's going to be some kind of change. Do I think it's really going to make a difference? Probably not. Hopefully it does. That would be cool. Hopefully it does for the better as well. Not all of a sudden get harder now. And I'm like, come on, the Grand Arena is even worse now. But we'll see. This is just kind of like a heads up. Actually, it's not really a heads up. It's going to happen soon. November 6th. Like I said, that's next Monday. So, yeah, that's pretty soon. So we'll see. But until then, thanks for checking us out. And, yeah, see ya.